Coming up next is Doug Theobald in the Wicked Willie, a 54 Willies with a big Arias power plant. He was the 91 Rookie of the Year. He's actually a college student at Purdue, majoring in agricultural engineering.
I'll tell you what, he's a nice young man, too. I've had a chance to talk to him in the last couple of years and watch him evolve into sport. He's a credit to Purdue, he's a credit to you folks in Hoosier land, and he's a credit to the sport.
Well, let's see what he can do with the Wicked Willie. He's got a chance to watch some of the other pullers and make the adjustments to his chassis. Good solid pull right now. Starts to raise the front end just a bit. He could do it.
Hey, this kid's laying down a shot.
It is close, but not close enough. 218. So 12 feet shy of the full pull that he needed. Once again, the replay from the sled cam.
You'll notice, look at the sled cam, between the white lines, look how dark the clay is. I told you about the track crew. What that showed you, the darker area will hold horsepower. Outside the white lines, look how light it is.
Well, a good run for the 91 Rookie of the Year, and he's standing by track side with Army Armstrong.
2:18.4 in this family project. That was an awfully good run.
Yeah, we've been making a lot of changes this winter. We made a lot of changes in the motor and the transmission, the rear end. We was a little bit lost to hit the rev limiter. That's what that fuel was coming out, going down the track here. And but it still turned out to be a pretty good run, I think. Thank you, Army.
Well, before we step aside, let's take a look at a couple of runs from earlier in the competition. Jeff Eshelman in the Ford Heidi's Toy.
Missed the weight on the starting line. The Lee Edwards horsepower was there, but the chassis just wasn't balanced right for him.
And here is Mike Johnson, bit of magic too, and his distance 155.05. So we have a whole lot more coming your way from the Indiana State Fairgrounds with the Indy Super Pull. Stay with us. Welcome back to the Indiana State Fairgrounds, the Indy Super Pull, part of the Copenhagen School pulling circuit, where once again Jim Mattingly is on top of the leaderboard with a full pull. Greer Hamilton is second, and Randy Petro is in third. Well, coming up next is the Miller High Life Special with Steve Olson. He's a teammate of Roger Simon, who we talked about earlier, and Roger will be pulling next. Olson comes out of Farley, Iowa, in a 1934 Ford delivery truck with a big Keith Black Hemi.
Engine sits right on the front of these vehicles. A lot of people want to know why. It's very simple. It's a balancing game. The back of the vehicle is held down by the sled. The front of the vehicle is where you have your weight problem, Gary.
His fellow pullers voted him the 1993 NTPA Mechanic of the Year. Steve was involved in that Ford truck pull-off here last year. Ended up finishing third, but there won't be a pull-off for him today. 157 feet. That has to be disappointing.
Yeah, something went awry right there. Immediately when it happens, you can watch the vehicle. Now, he's starting to make horsepower, but all of a sudden it'll do what we call nosing over. Right about here. See it? It just nosed over, and the horsepower went away. The engine was still running.
Well, here's the guy that came in as the odds-on favorite, at least in his mind, because he was saying Simon says I can win. Roger Simon, the 92 Dodge Dakota with the big 640 cubic inch Keith Black power plant, the 1993 Grand National pulling champion, a 15-year veteran, a 4-time Indy qualifier. If anybody can do it, he probably can.
We're going to find out right now. He's talking the talk. Let's see if he can walk the walk. Full pull, 230 or better is going to do it. I don't think he made it.
Oh, I don't know. Let's take that side view. No, look at that. Oh, how close.
1 inch shy.
Oh, my. Can you believe it? 1 inch shy of a full pull.
Boy, Roger, it's a shame. You travel thousands of miles and spend thousands of money and come up 1 inch short.
Yeah, we would have did a lot better. The belt broke right at the end, and I think we could have got that inch out of it. And we're real happy with the position we pulled and what we did. I think Steve would have had a heck of a run, and that's the way it goes, Army. Some go and some blow, but ours only is a $90 belt, so that's not so bad. Thank you.
Our final puller is actually our leader, actually now our winner, Jim Mattingly. This is his second bullet, the Kentucky Colt, a 91 Ford with a 606 cubic inch Keith Black engine. He has already won. All he can do now is beat himself.
Yeah, our finish first and second. That's what he's shooting for. Got a good run going for him. Powers it up on the end. That'll rob him of some horsepower.
Well, in the tradition of Wayne Roush and LD Nation, the previous 2 winners here at Indy, Mattingly also comes into the competition with 2 trucks. He wins it with his first one, a 23 bucket T and a full pull. Roger Simon was second, and third was Greer Hamilton. Let's go talk to our winner, Jim Mattingly. Here's Army Armstrong.
Jim, let me be the first to congratulate you. You're trying to give it the old 1-2 punch, but I think you'll take that first place money out of here and be real proud of it.
I'll take the first place and be tickled to death. Our equipment run good. The track's super. I think it's been super all day. I think we just hit it at a good time, and our setup was right.
Let me ask you about that setup. Earlier in the day, I asked you how come you were the first guy to make a pull that was straight. You come back late in the field and make the same straight run. How come? I mean, what are you doing? It's over. Tell me now. What are you doing that these guys are not?
I staggered my tire pressure on the rear. I aired the left side up a little taller so I'd have just a little faster ratio on the left rear to make the truck go straight.
Thanks for sharing the secret with us.
Okay, you're welcome. Thank you.
And our congratulations to Jim Mattingly. For Army Armstrong, I'm Gary Lee. That will do it from the Indy Super Pull. We'll see you next week on Trucks and Tractor Power. Now here's word of an exciting new video offer from Diamond P Sports.
Here's the perfect Christmas gift for yourself. It's in the Walked Away Volume 4. Diamond P Sports' latest collection of bone-jarring, helmet-hammering motorsports mishaps from over a dozen racing disciplines. Sprint cars tangle, stock cars tumble. Nitro funny cars torch the quarter mile in a riveting display of man and metal turned to mayhem. And the Walked Away 4 is living proof that bike and rider are sometimes too soon parted. And for the first time, the overturned adventures of the aquatic variety. And in every incident, the driver beats the odds. The exclusive number to order in the Walked Away Volume 4 is 1-800-652-8686. Or send $24.95 plus $4 shipping and handling to the address on your screen. Don't wait. Call 1-800-652-8686.